Hey up, me old muckheads, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. If you are new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Please consider hitting the thumbs up and stay tuned for more fantastic content. But this video is all about Forbidden Planet, which is a UK based bookshop chain. Now, Forbidden Planet has been around since 1978 when they first opened a store in London, which was named after the 1956 feature film Forbidden Planet. It's comprised of 3 separate businesses with online and retail bookstores selling science fiction, fantasy and popular culture products. It was the place I got my 2 figure pieces I'm about to show you in the early 2000s, when I sort of started becoming a geeky, nerdy, NECA collecting freak, if I can call myself that. But let's have a quick look at the Forbidden Planet online shop. Of course, in the early 2000s, this was before Amazon was really becoming big. They originally, of course, only sold books and then branched out into every single thing you can purchase on Amazon. But back in the early 2000s, I wasn't a big online shopper. But there was a couple of items I wanted from my local Forbidden Planet up there in Birmingham, which I'm about to show you. And a couple of items I could not get from the store, one of which was a Nightmare on Elm Street snow globe. I pre-ordered it. It was about between 50 and 60 quid. I'll try and capture a picture and show you here. But I pre-ordered it and I was getting really excited, and then I had an email saying that this product will no longer be on sale. I think you can get it on eBay. The one I found was about £230, but I don't think I'm going to pay 230 quid for a snow globe. As much as I love the Nightmare on Elm Street series, I'm not going to spend that much. But here's a quick look then at some of the goodies you can get on the website right now. I found this was quite interesting. $4.99 for the Toony Terrors action figure. I've never seen this. I've never seen Wednesday. Is it Enid? She is reduced. Currently unavailable, so I suspect she has now sold out. But as you saw there, I'm a massive fan of Elvira. I would like to get this piece to go in my collection. I've got a small collection of Elvira goodies. Look at that. Excellent film if you've never seen the film. Of course, this... I like the fact she's got a separate face there. A few accessories. Let's go back. Dinosaurs. Do you remember that? Dinosaurs Ultimate Action Figure Earl Sinclair. A couple of Universal Monster. Bride of Frankenstein. The Invisible Man. I don't think I own any Evil Dead. This looks like a good set. That looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. I like the face on Ash. Her face is quite good as well. Look at that. That's good. If you are a figure collector, drop me a comment. Let me know what's your favourite genre, favourite series of figures to collect. A couple of Beetlejuice ones there. Beetlejuice himself. And this one's interesting because I've just started collecting the Turtles crossover with Universal Monsters, the Ultimate Action figure, Raphael as Wolfman. Look at this. I am about to unbox a few of these on the channel. Obviously this one's not been released yet, so I haven't got this one. But it's a cool figure. Look at that alternative head. There we go. So yeah, the main products they sell on the website and in the physical stores is graphic novels, comics, manga. This is good. This is one of my favourite films, The Return of the Living Dead. This will be interesting to get. Look at this. Yeah, I like that. Really cool. Quite pricey. $92.99. Due for release on April 14th. And there you have it. There's the NECA. That's just the NECA selection of when I typed it in. But yeah, like I said, their main selling point is comics and graphic novels. They do clothing and accessories, books, home gifts, gaming, subscriptions, sales and offers. As I've said in a previous video, the Derby branch closed down probably almost 20 years ago. So my nearest Forbidden Planet store is 15 miles away in Nottingham, which I don't visit very often, but when I do go to Nottingham, I'll definitely be popping into Forbidden Planet. Some more stuff here. But let me take you now into the other room and view my first purchases from Forbidden Planet. I tell you what, I'm struggling to do a thumbnail. Bloody hell. Right, so this was the one half of the first piece I ever purchased from Forbidden Planet. This was off their website. In 2003 there was a film released called Freddy vs. Jason. Let me flip you around. I'll stick them on the table so we can see the full set. Bear with. So this was the double pack release by NECA for release of the Freddy vs. Jason film. When I ordered this, I pre-ordered that Nightmare on Elm Street snow globe I just spoke about. Obviously then they decided that they basically discontinued it. They must have sold so many of them, unless they sold them elsewhere for people to sell them on eBay at stupid prices. Now, in my move from Birmingham to Derby, we did have a little accident with Freddy's claw. This has snapped off during transport, but we managed to glue it back on for this video, so there we go. There's Freddy. This has got to be, I mean, I've held on to this for the past 20 years plus. It's got to be one of my favourite set pieces. I love the fire. I love the scene. Do you remember the scene in the film? Was it the greatest film? No, it was not. But it was cool. It was cool seeing these characters that if you were a kid in the 80s, you were watching these films, even though they weren't meant for kids. Obviously, they had an 18 certificate. But it was cool to watch these characters in a modern day setting back in 2003. And seeing this is what the fans wanted. They wanted Freddy versus Jason. I know we wanted Freddy versus Jason versus Ash from the Evil Dead movies. I think that was brought to life in comic book form, but sadly not as a film. So this is Jason. And it's a really cool double pack. This is the only Jason figure I actually own. I do own A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 Freddy, which I think I filmed for a short. But the Nightmare on Elm Street series is my favourite. Now we have got some accessories which you can see over here. We've got like a Freddy demon head, which could slot in. We've also got Freddy's winking. Do you remember that at the end of the film when obviously Jason had won that battle, he rose out of the water holding Freddy's head. I've never used that because I hated the end of the film. I wanted, obviously being a bigger fan of Freddy, I wanted Freddy to come out as a winner, but at the end of the day, there was no clear winner. Obviously, because both these characters are dead anyway, and they just keep coming back. So I suppose I could switch it out, but in this particular scene, it doesn't make sense, because why would he be holding Freddy's head when Freddy's obviously there? You also get this little sort of plaque, Freddy versus Jason, so I'll stick that there. Now, sometimes for me, just walking around the Forbidden Planet store and not purchasing anything, just window shopping it's a day out for me. I love seeing all the expensive stuff I can't afford. But speaking of expensive stuff, my next piece, from what I can remember, I mean, 20 plus years ago I purchased this. It was quite expensive. Let me get rid of this. But let me know in the comments below, do you have this set? Do you like the look of it? Put those there. I think I might have to take them out of shot. So yeah, this next purchase was a Chucky doll. And as I said, it was quite expensive. Let me change the camera angle. Bring you out a bit. It's quite a big piece, this. Comes on a really awesome stand. He's stood up by this stand. Now, like I said, my memory is a little bit hazy. I want to say I paid about £60 for this, which for me is quite a lot of money. But for the detailing and the size of this figure, I think it's based on Child's Play 3, mixed in with the next film, which was The Bride of Chucky.
Ah, what the hell, I need the exercise.
Were you born with that knife super glued onto your hand or what?
What are you talking about?
For God's sake, Chucky, drag yourself into the 90s. Stabbings went out with Bundy and Dahmer. You look like Martha Stewart with that thing.
Who the f is Martha Stewart?
My idol.
As you see, the battle-damaged Chucky. If I take him off his stand, you can see the quality of this Get out, you want get out. The quality of that stand, you've got metal plus the actual Chucky logo there. It's like a felt. Yeah, it's like a felt. Chucky himself is very flexible. What's it called? Articulated. So you can have him in all sorts of different poses. He's got his little dagger, which does fit into his hand. Again, let me know what you think of this piece. Apart from that, well, actually, I think I've got 3, including this one, 3 Chucky figures. I've got the Chucky with Tiffany set from NECA, and I've got an individual Chucky doll in his box. But let me know. This was my first ever purchase in Forbidden Planet store, and the Freddy vs. Jason was my first ever purchase on their website. And like I said, before Amazon came along, at least for the mainstream, if you wanted anything movie memorabilia, Forbidden Planet would be the shop to go to. But now you've got Amazon. And I know before this you had independent comic book stores who didn't just sell comic books. They'd be like Forbidden Planet and sell figures and such. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, where do you purchase your geeky items from? Is it Forbidden Planet? Is it Amazon? Is it those independent bookstores? Comment down below, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you like these figures. Like I said, I've held on to these for over 20 years, so bit of a long time. I do run out of space, hence I've not collected much over the past 20 years. But stay tuned to the channel. I've got some unboxings of NECA figures coming up. Turtles crossover with Universal Monsters and Universal Monsters themselves. I'm just struggling at the minute to find the space in this house of where to display these pieces. But yeah, until the next video, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one.